Coming to you from South Beach, I am Mike Goodkind. Welcome to Goodnight, Goodkind. Today in the show, the sideline reporter for the Miami Marlins joining us, Kelly Saco. It's going to be a good time. Check it out. Thank you so much for doing this. All right, welcome to Goodnight, Goodkind. Kelly, I really appreciate you joining us here. This is phenomenal.
Of course, I'm excited.
How has been the wrap-up of the season and everything?
Oh, I mean, obviously, you'd like to see them go further, but after everything that they've accomplished this year, I mean, you got to be just so proud of the entire team, the organization, after everything they've overcome.
Coming from 57 wins last year and then finishing over 500 this year in the 60-game schedule. But, what does that say about this team?
I think it just says about just everything that they overcome. They're fighters. They're the kind of people who they don't care what other people say. They're going to use it as fuel to just motivate them even more. And I think it just goes to show you what this organization has built in such a short amount of time.
In a 162 schedule, coming up is what we're looking at come March. What do you think Derek Jeter kind of needs to do, whether it's acquisitions or, free agents or trades? What do you think Derek Jeter will do actually upcoming this offseason?
Well, Braves manager even gave the Marlins credit going into during that division series. He was saying how he's like, listen, this team was going to be good, whether it was 60 seasons or 60 games or 162 games. That's how this team is built. The depth in the organization is huge. Now, it's a big blow losing the minor league season this year, but that's for everybody, especially for a team like this one who had so much development that needed to be done during this season. But a lot of those guys, we wouldn't have maybe not have seen the majority of those guys this year if it was 162, because they would have needed that development. And guys, though they didn't rush anyone by any means, but they probably wouldn't have had those opportunities because there wouldn't have been room, right, to bring these guys up. So they've got stuff going on in the fall right now for those guys to develop, but I think it's just stay the course for them. And that's what they're going to continue to do. And they don't listen to everybody, all the mouths going on outside of the organization. They're just like, no, they know their plan. They stick to their plan. And that's what they got to continue to do is trust themselves, because clearly it's working. Yeah,
exactly. And Trevor Bauer is a free agent. There's actually a pretty solid free agent market upcoming this season. Do you think they'll kind of go that route?
Personally, I think when you look at the price tag of those guys and you look at the depth that they have in the minor league system and the talent that they have in the minor league system, I just don't think it personally makes sense, but I'm not the one who makes those calls.
I could see it one day, potentially. Bring it in, we'll make you GM and be a World Series team.
We'll see. Maybe I'll be the one interviewing the GM.
That would be better for me too. I think I'd probably it would not be a good situation if I took it. What are you most excited about this offseason specifically, and what players are you excited to see develop?
The whole lot of them. You've got JJ Bleday, who's down there, and he was someone the Marlins acquired a couple of years ago, and Cameron Meisner. You've got Jesus Sanchez, who we saw a little bit of this year. Really the entire lot of them. Seriously, they're good guys. They're bringing them up correctly. They've got loads of talent, and it's not just about talent with this organization. It's about having the right guys who fit the right mentality, because quite frankly, after everything that they went through this year, it's easy to just lay down and say, okay, we're done. This is too hard. But this team doesn't, and you need people who can fit that mentality, who are going to be not only stars on the baseball field, but just mentally tough to get through anything that, life or this game throws at you.
And how about how Don Mattingly has kind of dealt with this younger core that this team has, and especially with the older guys? But what does that say about him?
If he's not the National League Manager of the Year, something has gone terribly wrong. I don't know if the voting's rigged or what it is, but if people haven't recognized what he's done, he is just that even keel guy who never gets too high, never gets too low, was really able to keep this team united. And those guys rallied around him. After they got the berth to go into the playoffs, he was more like a football coach, the way he was rallying everybody up, and everybody just really came together. So again, just everything that Donnie has been through since his first year here in 2016, and the way he's just really kept this group together, and everything that he's done on the field is just, it's nothing short of remarkable. And that guy 1000% deserves to be the National League Manager of the Year.
I couldn't agree more with you, actually. I love him, especially because I grew up a Yankee fan. So my dad would loves Donnie baseball, from those 90s teams. So, yeah.
Exactly. Who doesn't love Donnie baseball?
Just being in the ballpark again with fans, which we're hoping happens in March. What are you most excited about personally?
I mean, just that. Being around the fans, the atmosphere. I miss talking to all the fans. Just being with an organization for so many years, you get to know everybody. I know that we've got the chance to chit chat with them throughout the quarantine and such, but it's not the same as seeing them in person. And I like to think that the atmosphere at Marlins Park would have just been incredible should this season have happened on a year that fans were allowed in the stands. I think that people would have really rallied behind them, and there's nothing like that atmosphere, and players will tell you all the time they feed off of it. So, and I think Miami, when they come out, they come out. So I'm excited to see my old friends again in Marlins fans.
People are excited about this team, and you see people walking around with Marlins masks. I got one right here. I got the Marlins mask. Can't find it. Oh, here it is. Oh, I'm locked in, Kelly.
You are ready to go. I see
the Marlins mask. Oh, yeah.
Ready for my bottom feeder shirt. Everyone in my family has been waiting on these bottom feeder shirts, so we love them. But absolutely, I'm getting text messages from people who are like, hey, tell me a little bit about the Marlins, and wow, they're really doing something. So just to kind of hear the buzz, it's exciting. They deserve it.
We're so excited, and thank you so much for joining us here on the show. This has been awesome. I look forward to hopefully seeing you in the ballpark come 2021 March. So yeah.
Absolutely. Go Marlins. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Kelly. All right, so here's the deal. Okay, I'm hot. Okay, pretty uncomfortable again. 2 episodes in a row. Been outside of quite a while, but he come over here from behind the camera. Yeah, we're gonna get on a boat. Okay, we are in Miami.